So it's another video on SeriesSins this week. That's not to say it's going to be a SeriesSins video every week, as I have got a lot more than that planned. Just this week. And there will be more in the future. Just not every week. Click below to watch the original Sins video, or to buy Gravity Falls, which you really should. Have you ever thought about making title cards that look nice?
You may be wondering what we're doing in a golf cart, fleeing from a creature of unimaginable horror.
You just answered your own question. Dipper? More like dipshit? Ha 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 ha.
Fleeing from a creature of unimaginable horror.
AKA Gnometron.
What? I mean, I even googled Gnometron to see if it was a thing. It's not. There's a thing from Tron called the Gnome Shell, but that's not called Gnometron. I think you're just, like, saying words.
Nobody figured out this code yet.
First of all, what? Second of all, you don't know that. Third, you don't know that's a code. That could just be ancient writing of some kind.
Ladies and gentlemen, behold, the Sass Crotch!
Not only this dick joke passed the child censors, but it also passed the Disney censors.
Which would suggest to me that it's acceptable. Probably because it is. It's not really a dick joke anyway, it's more of just a crotch joke, which are fine, you can tell those to children. They know what crotches are. Also, I for one really prefer it when shows push the boundaries of what's acceptable rather than just playing it safe.
Wait, isn't that the same jar of eyes as the one on the counter next to the boy?
I'm pretty sure that's intentional. There are just supposed to be multiple jars of eyes. Later there are two right next to each other, so it would be pretty hard for them to have done that by mistake.
Take me with you.
That's creepy.
That's the joke.
Well, Tom, that's the joke!
As I was talking about the eye jar before, there's also two more in that box. So why are there several eye jars?
Oh, so you did notice that. Well, it's a shop, so there are multiple eye jars because he's selling them. Probably to gullible tourists.
I would, but I can't reach it.
Lazy teenager.
So, realism? And don't worry, for anyone who doesn't know, I am 19, so I get to say that. I'm not a grumpy old man just yet.
Just today, my mosquito bite spelled out beware.
That says bewarb.
Because the mosquito spelled it incorrectly doesn't mean it's a warning.
You say things so confusing that it's genuinely challenging to send them. Did you mean to say that just because the mosquito spelled it incorrectly doesn't mean it's not a warning? Hang on, that was too many negatives, I have to figure out what I just said. Okay, let's just get the first thing out of the way. That's the joke.
Well, Eddie, that's the joke!
Second of all, what you said was just because it's spelled incorrectly doesn't mean it's a warning. Which, while that sentence is technically true, just because something is spelled incorrectly doesn't mean it is a warning. There's no reason anyone would ever point that out because it's meaningless. It's like, imagine you see a warning sign and go, is that a warning? Well, they've spelled warning with a B, so probably. Just like, no. Ah!
Also, what's the purpose of that thing besides being a bookmark?
Pretty sure it's a magnifying glass for the nearsighted.
Let's see. Emo hair, one showing tooth, ripped hoodie, and twigs on his hood. That's not suspicious.
No, it's not, because I'm pretty sure you'd be pretty hard-pressed to find something suspicious.
Are you bleeding, Norman?
It's jam.
Fun fact, it is jam, but I thought it was blood.
Yeah, that's not a fun fact. That's just how you're supposed to interpret this scene.
Known for their pale skin and bad attitudes, these creatures are often mistaken for teenagers.
The author thinks that zombies has the same attitude as teenagers.
Well, Tom, that's...
One of your crazy conspiracies!
Great. You just locked your brother outside his shared room.
Yeah, man, she's mad at him.
And here we have rock that looks like a face rock.
Does it look like a rock?
People are getting confused by the rock that looks like a face.
Now that we've gotten to know each other, there's something I should tell you.
Discount Twilight.
I think you've got confused between discount and intentional parody there, bud.
You can tell me anything. Please be a vampire, please be a vampire.
Mabel saw Twilight and thinks that real vampires glow when they are in the light.
There aren't real vampires. So that's really down to the writer.
This gnome is puking out rainbows. Need to say more?
Well, clearly this is a mistake, because that was obviously supposed to be a sin reduction, but you seem to have accidentally added a sin instead. So obviously I've got to sin you for that.
Weaknesses unknown.
The journal says weakness blank.
Wow, you can read.
You think you can stop us, boy? You have no idea what we're capable of. The gnomes are a powerful race. Do not trifle with the... Ah!
Well, that was easy.
So I've already used all available clips from Tom Scar's That's the Joke sketch, but imagine I had another one of those to put here.
Gnometron.
That doesn't mean anything!
Alright, teamwork, guys. Like we practiced.
They practice being Gnometron.
Yes, why would they not? I doubt I could do that first try.
Hey look! That's the time traveler guy that sounds like Justin Roiland.
Pretty sure there's a good reason he sounds like Justin Roiland. And yeah, that is Roiland, by the way, not Roland. Also, this one should totally have been a sin-off for continuity.
Isn't that the quote that Dipper uses in the last episode of Gravity Falls? That would count as foreshadowing.
Why are you sinning foreshadowing? It's a recognised literary device that when used well can really enhance a story.
Does anybody care about windows in this show?
I do. I'm sorry, I had to. Yay! Please stop overloading your audio. Accidentally, it's okay if you do it on purpose for a joke. And the sin total was 30 sins. Again, I would like to shout out SeriesSins for actively requesting this. And, alright, a penalty. Gnometron.